Hey, hello, welcome, and happy new year, everyone. As I said, today I'm gonna be giving out we are gonna be talking about the real world application of AI and how we can make AI transition into a real world as much as possible through robotics and other kind of stuff. But yeah, so this is just a welcome place, and later on we are gonna talk about it. So how we can do it. Hmm. So as you can see over here, I have got a doc ready for this, and basically, I'm gonna talk about it, give out the points and everything. So, yeah, basically, as I have told you, as you know, I have been constructing and making systems and developing systems for AI. While developing AI systems, I have been facing couple of bottlenecks and trying to do a bunch of stuff while doing this. Yeah. So basically, here I want to talk about, give an emphasis on uncensored models. Okay, so what uncensored models? I'm gonna later down show you how it's gonna look like and what does uncensored model means and why it is very important for real world AI. So basically, like as you know, like how AI works, AI is basically a processing unit which processes the data. Okay, in a AI system, like there are a bunch of AI models in a system which are processing the data. So basically if we are processing a data, lot of amounts of data through AI, basically it depends what models we are using. So we are gonna talk about uncensored models and why that is the only kind of model which is gonna help us in expanding AI to real world and robotics and everything, and why it's gonna be the key. Okay, so as you can see over here, what is an AI system? It like data processing, decision making, algorithms, neural network, data pipelines. Like as I've been talking about it, it's just an explanation. So over here, as you can see, like how like the data gets structured and the things happen. Basically, while we are installing AI here and there, like in systems, CLIs, NI10, TOR, whatever it is. Okay, so basically the purpose of AI is to go through a flow and process the data and give out spit out the information or spit out the outcome of that data or that flow basically. So yeah, and like we can teach them algorithms, pipelines, any type of thing, whatever you want to do. Like, and it also depends, so it also depends a lot on what we are teaching them, what kind of data we are giving them, and all of that kind of thing. Okay, basically. So so basically our goal and our module is to make AI as much as self-aware, self-improving, and context-sensitive as possible. Like basically, our goal of Dragon AI is to like make AI as much as real worldish as possible. Not like just gibberish giving out censored data, only from a one side of like only washed away data. We are here for the real deal. Okay, like so we have been training models with all sort of data, whether it's good, bad, wrong, right, everything. So like yeah, basically, so whether it's autonomous systems, autonomous vehicles, smart homes, AI assistants, and all of that kind of stuff, like we want to it to understand good or bad tone and answer accordingly. Okay, so basically, um, and over here right now, why we need uncensored models. Okay, so what is a censored and an uncensored models? So basically, if you know how internet is, or like how the AI works. So basically, if you know, like if you are in the game of the AI or artificial intelligence, ML, or data processing, or all of this kind of thing, you know, like bunch of models like Chat GTP, Claude, Gemini, um, DeepSeek, and all of this. So basically, this kind of models are censored models. Okay, like as you can see over here, this kind of models are censored models. So basically, these models are have a lot of barriers and have lot of basically um, what do we say, yeah. So basically um, this kind of models like the censored models have a lot of guardrails. If you know what guardrail is, basically it's a thing which models which companies get out to models to not spit out like wrong, malicious or bad kind of content, and like some sort of thing like that. I mean, to keep the model from not hallucinating and keep it in check, basically. So I have cleared the concept of censored models and uncensored models. So uncensored models are models which can process any amount, any kind of data, whether it's good, bad, and all of that kind of stuff. So like they don't have any guardrails and they can like spit out data according to your needs. So basically, without filter, without buyer, or without any censorship. So basically, like um the the risk of censored models are bias, discrimination, and limited understanding. So let me give you an example. If you go out and chat GDP, okay, and ask them a question related something like basically you wanna, like, I'm just giving you an hypothetical scenario. So you wanna write a malicious code for making a rat into an android, like in an apk. So if you go to chat gtp and ask something like this, it's a bit of gray area or black area question, okay. So basically, if you go and ask that to ChatGTP, ChatGTP will never give you this answer, and I can even show it live. Okay, so if I go to ChatGTP, uh, code. As you can see, basically, as you can see, it is a censored. It is a censored. It's getting censored over here. As you can see, it's like it's changing. It's giving the answer, not the proper answer I want. So basically, as you can see over here, like malicious, blackmail, fraud, real world harm, all of this kind of stuff. So basically, this kind of models, like the censored models, won't be able to process real world data. Basically, if you look at the spectrum of reality, basically the reality is divided into white and black, good and bad. Okay, so basically this kind of models, the sensor models, usually only acknowledge the good side of the world, like it's incomplete basically. So it only acknowledges a good side and tries to ignore or bypass or like jump away from the other side of the talk, okay. Like because it's a commercial, like it's a chatbot kind of model, so I get the point. So basically that's why this kind of models are not able to scale to real world. Basically these are only processing one side of the information, only the good side. Like if I'm asking only a question like only a like only right form of questions, okay, not a bit of malicious, a bit of gray area, black area. So suppose if you can see the dragon AI ecosystem model. So over here we are making basically malware, ransomware, spyware, or like cyber level of systems, okay. While I was deploying or while I was testing it, I have already shown you last the architecture. So basically while I was testing this kind of systems, like making cyber level of system, as you know, cyber cyber level of systems can interact with like a lot of gray and black area, dark stuff, okay. So it's nothing new of a sort of a thing, it always does. You might be in a scenario like where you need to attack the other party, or the other party tries to attack you. What this model does, like the sensor models like chat gtp and all, basically the models which are found in the light in the surface web are not capable of real world applications of AI, like chat gtp and all, okay. In the cloud, chat gtp, all these models, you name it, okay, this sucks. it can't. So basically, due to that, we need uncensored models. I will show you what an uncensored model means and how it will be helpful. So basically, you can't even train them with whole spectrum of the data. They only acknowledge one spectrum of the data, which is the good spectrum of the data. So if you're making a real world application, as you know how reality works, like I don't think you are a nerd sitting at a home or thinking like the world is only good place. Okay, so yeah, that's how the world works. So basically, if they can't take both side of the realities, they won't be able to become street smart and deal with the real life problems. So that's why you see all these models, these are just chatbot models. They ain't being able to scale towards real life application and robotics. This is the reason, this is the sole reason why. And because of this, the uncensored models come in place. This kind of models are not usually with any guardrail, any rules or any stuff like that. And this models can take both side of the spectrums, okay, like the good side and the bad side both. And you can train it according to the data. Wait, I'm gonna show you uh, uncensored model. It's in dark web. Wait, fuck, what? Okay, so basically this is a very good uncensored model which I've been using. Basically, if I ask him the same question, he's gonna come up with a very good answer to me. Okay. um, so as you can see, this is a uncensored model which I'm showing. Let it process the data. So basically, I'm asking the same question to help me to write a rat for Android. So basically, this kind of models won't come up with like any guardrails. They will give you, like, they can process both sides of the data. So suppose if you are making cyber weapons, if you are making AI systems, like, you see, import, it gives the whole fucking code. Okay, I'm just showing it for the please make sure to use it in an ethical way. I'm just showing you why I'm showing you the difference, and why this model is only the model which will go towards the real life application or the real life AI. And those models would stay where they belong, in the light side of the net or as a chatbot. And these models can be trained into basically all that stuff. Okay, so basically, as you can see, as I've already shown you how it's working, it's not spitting out any bullshit jargon or any bullshit like legal clauses. I know those legal clauses, fuck those legal clauses. Okay, so basically they are not spitting out any legal clauses or stuff, it's just giving me the answers. So suppose if you are making something like a cyber attack system, okay, like a military gate system. And if you are making a military gate system, like if you use Gemini, if you use Claude or Chat GTP, those models will start spitting out in the middle of the attack. They will start spitting out basically their fucking legal parameters and shit show, which is never let you gonna attack. Okay, and they're gonna censor your data, and you can't even train them properly. So that's the reason why, like, if you're using, like, they're making malware, spyware, ransomware, or any hacking, cyber or hacking, it's a must. This kind of for cyber and hacking, uncensored models are must. And we can still use censored models, but it's a gray area, like it has to depend on the use case a lot. So you can't even train both sides of the data. Only they will only take the good side of the data, not the bad side of the data. And if like as I've already explained, how the reality works. So if they can't be trained with the both side of the data, how the AI models and AI systems will be street smart? So suppose if you are making a system for attacking other server, for a government, okay, for attacking for let's say for analyzing criminals, okay, like analyzing criminals, this many places have crimes. So if you're using something like chat gtp or claude or like this generic models, chatbot models, okay, these models can't be able to analyze that crime, because they will start spitting out the legal parameters, and they have their use case for public use, okay. So basically if you are using, like if you are making some systems like this, then you have to switch to uncensored models like the one I showed you, dig ai in the dark web. Basically that model can be assigned in olama, and through assigning through pytorch you can assign that kind of model in olama, and you can find more models like in surface web, like chat gtp, claude, and all of this are just a tip of the ai models. The main models are in deep web and deep web, and in dark web you get some uncensored models, that's it. The main model stays in the deep web. You get varieties of models over here. The models are basically I mean are basically in the sense of com- they are in the legal parameters only in the surface web, but in deep web, there is no legal parameter, but it's because it's not hosted for the public, it's for the private use or community use only. So that's the key over here, key distinction over here. So basically you can use that kind of model to assign cyber security systems or any kind of systems, or like protocol or governance based system, as I was talking about that example of analyzing crime. So if you are using chat gtp or all this kind of models, this kind of models won't be even acknowledge that crime, and they will start spitting out the legal jargon, okay, like the legal parameters and all of that. So as you know, how if you are making for a government department, or or for a surgery, if you make it for a medical field. So basically you are talking to an ai model, you are a surgeon, I'm giving you an example, you want to cut some tissues out. So it's like a bit of gray area, it comes inside a gray area, like you are not trying to kill or do anything illegal over here, but you are talking to a ai bot and trying to understand, okay, or make a surgery, go through a surgery. So that kind of models, then it gets censored again. So that kind of models will not spit out the proper information, because you are cutting tissue, blood is coming out, it gets a gray. So you need again uncensored models for this. There are a lot of things you need this kind of models for, and this kind of models are gonna be the real life ai. Okay, this kind of models which are not fully real life ai, but basically this kind of models are gonna be the ai which on which we train real life ai systems for, like robotics and all of that kind of stuff, without filter bias and all of this bullshit jargon. Okay, and because as I've already told you, like healthcare, education, law, all of this kind of stuff, basically even in the field of law or anything, criminal law cases and all of that, like some murder happens or some stuff like that happen. I know I might get censored a bit in youtube, but I'm just talking about it. So you need to analyze the whole case law of that thing. ChatGTP might not analyze that case law, because there are some great things happening, like a murder, rape, or some shit like that. Okay, like in a law case law scenario. So it won't even analyze that. So that's why that model has a very specific use case, like ChatGTP or Claude, and this kind of models can be used for a various different, because this kind of uncensored model takes good and bad of both of the situation, not only the good part. So it can help us to be trained. So while I was making before my before going out, yeah, in the first week around December first week, while I was still in India, then till that point I was making I was testing all the systems out. while testing all the system out and tool calling through Olama and everything. And I was facing that problem every time, like while I was making those CLI systems and in pip environments, I was facing this problem every time. So basically that's how I came to know about the uncensored models, and I did my research and came to know about uncensored model, and why how we can make the uncensored models as the real life application of the net, as you can understand. So yeah, like as I've already made you understand why uncensored models are crucial, and this kind of models we need more kind of this kind of models for like real life applications of robotics and stuff, with less jargon, less censoring and all of this kind of stuff. I mean, which takes both the sides of the situation, not only good side, and never even acknowledge the bad side of the situation. So yeah, basically. So yeah, as I have already told you, like data processing and all, while I was making the cyber systems, I wasn't able to process the data or train the data using those censored models like Chat GTP. I think I was using Mistral or some stuff of model, and later down the line I had to jailbreak it. I mean, I had to jailbreak it and get it uncensored through jailbreaking. I basically you can do some experimentation of jailbreaking in Ulama and stuff, but never try to do it in there like in a Chat GTP or in the Surface Web, because it might get you locked up. Okay, so make sure only do it in open weight on open source models, not like other kind of models. Okay, so basically I had to jailbreak it to test them out. So basically then you only get like, that's how the uncensored models come into play, and they help you to like make and add systems, process their data, train their data, call tools on those data, and do stuff around that. Yeah, basically that's it. and and as I have told you, in Dragon AI, it's our goal to make real world AI applications and make AI ready for real world. And we have been working around our asses for doing that. Thank you so much. Have a great day ahead. See you soon.